Joining me now is California Congressman Adam Schiff, the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee. You're all going to be briefed with this report. There's going to be a briefing for the so-called Gang of Eight, including you, the top intelligence and armed services members. That said, why would Putin want us to know, hey there, I'm in your face, I'm there, and you can't do anything about it?
Well, it's possible that Putin was trying to send that message. It's also possible that they were just clumsy and didn't use all the tools and tactics they may have to try to better hide their hand. We'll get a fuller statement of the intelligence community's assessment on that this week, which I look forward to. But I think they certainly could have tried a lot harder to hide themselves if that was their goal.
The president-elect is today taking back or trying to take back what he said in black and white on Twitter about Julian Assange yesterday, and saying that the media misinterpreted him. Your view about all of this and the way he's expressed himself about Julian Assange?
Well, first of all, it was astounding and appalling that you would have the president-elect siding with this accused sex offender, holding up an embassy somewhere over our own intelligence agencies. But this supposed walk back, to me, rings so much like the whole propagation of the birther stuff that Donald Trump put out earlier. The way he did that was by saying, well, this is not me. I'm just telling you what other people are saying. I'm just letting you know what some people think. He's now taking a similar approach with the whole Julian Assange thing. The dishonest media is saying I meant one thing. I'm just saying this is what people are saying. But that's his way of propagating this misinformation or outright fabrications in the case of birtherism, and then trying to maintain some deniability.
What concerns do you have for the spy agencies going forward, where they've been so much criticized by the president-elect? It's extraordinary. It's never happened before.
Well, I worry about what it does for morale and recruiting. I worry about what it does for men and women who are thinking about putting their lives on the line to get good information to policymakers and to the chief client, which is the President of the United States, so they're willing to do it if he's going to disregard what he's being informed. But I also worry about what steps he may take to retaliate against the agencies. These potential reforms of the Director of National Intelligence Office or the CIA.
There has been past criticism that they're bloated and that their bureaucracy exceeds their mission.
Well, there's certainly, room for improvement with all of our agencies, and there has been a continuing discussion, as there should be, about whether we're appropriately staffing and organizing the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. That's one thing. But if you're going to make rash cuts without analysis, if you're going to propose restructuring the CIA before you even know how it's operating, that strikes me as something that's being done in response to the fact that the intelligence community is sticking to about the Russian hacking. And if that's where they're coming from, if that's their motivation, then the Intelligence Committee has a lot more to be worried about than a few random tweets.
How much of this could be personal? Mike Flynn was fired as head of the Defense Intelligence. He was fired by General Clapper, retired General Clapper, who's the outgoing head of the National Intelligence Office.
Well, it's a very good question that I think a lot of people within the IC are asking right now.
The IC meaning the intelligence community.
Exactly. How much of this is personal? We've certainly seen from the president-elect, let alone those he has surrounded himself with, a high degree of personal pique, and, sometimes a very petty reaction to things where he does lash out. He is willing to retaliate. He is willing to use, all the power he has as a president-elect. Imagine how that power can be abused as president.
Adam Schiff, Congressman, thank you very much. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Andrea.